Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? How are we feeling for the first stream on YouTube? Got a lot to talk about. As you can see from the thumbnail, this discussion, to start out at least, will be about what everybody's been talking about, especially with the women's March Madness Final Four coming up this weekend. Everybody's obviously been talking about the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. I wouldn't call it drama. I would call it, I guess, a lot of stupidity, especially since like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had nothing against each other in the beginning. And they really don't have any beef. I don't know why. For some reason, there's this idea that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have this beef just because Angel Reese did the little face wash thing last year. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, neither one of them have come out and said that they have beef. They like gave each other hugs at the end of the game on Monday. They really don't have anything against each other. And so it's been really, really weird since Monday to watch the national discourse talk about, you know, this and that, good versus evil, basically, right? Good versus evil. Reese versus Clark, you know, LSU kind of that southern grittiness versus, you know, that Midwestern politeness, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking weird. It's really weird. And so, yeah, here we are. I think the problem is there's been a lot of built up energy since the game last year, since the championship last year, when LSU won, and you had Angel Reese, you know, just doing this, kind of giving it back to Caitlin, you know, giving her sort of that, you know, kind of dishing out that trash talk after the win, which, you know, if you're gonna dish out trash talk, sure. It's a little weird to start. It's a little weird to do it when you've already won. Like, that's a little odd. And not like during the game. Like, I mean, you're talking shit. Yeah, sure. You won. You put up great numbers, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. But who cares? It was the Natty. Like, it was for the championship. She's talking about how much like she earned that ring, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. So I think there was a lot of build up to where we were on Monday. Huge build up. Everyone's hyping it up over the weekend, talking about rematch of the championship. You know, Caitlin Clark, you know, the media's darling in Caitlin Clark versus kind of like the villain of in Angel Reese with LSU. I think Angel Reese may have some issue where she is you know, where she kind of takes the brunt of it too, because you have Kim Mulkey as the coach. You had Haley transfer from Louisville, kind of pulling like a Kevin Durant, want to win a ring sort of deal, like trying to create a super team, et cetera, et cetera. And then you have like Caitlin Clark, who is pretty much out of the media spotlight somewhat. I mean, I don't know. Everybody was just hyping this game up as if it was going to be this huge showdown, which it was. It was a good game. It was a great game, actually. But yet they were sitting there thinking that it was going to be this huge rivalry, and I don't think anybody understood that that's not really the relationship that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark had. It's not. You can see it at the end of the game when they gave each other a hug. That was not the relationship that these two have. It's on the court, and that's all it is. It's literally just a sort of this intense competitiveness that both of them have, and I think they both respect each other in that. I think they both respect each other in that instance where they know it's competitiveness on the court, et cetera, and that off the court, like it doesn't really come off the court, you know? But anyway, after the game, Angel Reese had some comments about how she's sort of been treated, either online or in the media or what have you. Sure, like I think she was just at this point expressing sort of her situation, how she felt about, you know, being thrust into the spotlight. To be honest, I think she did want to be in the spotlight. I think she was fine playing the heel, but I think where she has so far taken offense, and we are going to watch this, I think where she's so far taken offense is that it's the internet, and a lot of people take it way, way too far. There are a lot of people who have taken this sort of on-court competitiveness, on-court rivalry into this weird sort of parasocial aspect where it seems like fans are starting to like need to defend Caitlin or need to attack Angel just because of they've like offended them personally. It's like, bro, this is sports. All right. This is sports. If anything, Angel and Caitlyn, like having this on-court rivalry has been absolutely tremendous for growing the women's basketball game, and has done numbers that nobody could ever have dreamed of. And it's really because of these two. Not only because of their play, but also because it brings people in. It gets people involved. It gets people involved in storylines, in drama, in history, in everything that like most sports need in order to have that competitiveness, have that rivalry, have that keep going. That a lot of women's sports have kind of lacked. And I think that's, to be honest, one of the reasons why women's sports aren't as popular. And it's not because, you know, people don't like watching women play sports. I don't think that's it at all. I think it has always been, there has been a severe lack of investment into the sports because there has not been this type of hype. There's not been this type of rivalry, this type of trash talk, this type of competitiveness, and sort of like what's the word, sort of like territorialness, like especially with the fan bases of Iowa and the fan bases of LSU, who are very like personal and tied to the schools. Like that helps too. I mean, shit, a lot of like soccer fandoms, like over in the UK, over in Europe and everything, literally started because a lot of those teams had like were entrenched in they were entrenched in communities that had like a specific like glue that held them together, whether it be religion, whether it be you know, certain community aspects, whether it be race, whether it what have you. And then when you bring, you know, real life situations into sports, and you bring that drama and you bring that competitiveness, it creates interest. And if anything, these two going at it over and over for at least 2 years in a row has grown the amount of viewers. But it's not just viewers, it's the amount of interest in women's sports that no amount of kind of forced tries beforehand ever actually did. So anyway, let's watch. Let's watch, because I will have a few comments.
I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and like not be there for them. So I just want them to always just know like I'm still a human. Like all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then. And it sucks, but I still wouldn't change. I wouldn't change anything, and I would still sit here and say like I'm unapologetically me. I'm gonna always leave that mark and be who I am and stand on that. And hopefully the little girls that look up to me, and hopefully I give them some type of inspiration that, no, hopefully it's not this hard and all the things that come at you, but keep being who you are, keep waking up every day, keep being motivated, staying who you are, staying 10 toes, don't back down.
So there's been a lot on Twitter after these comments on Monday. There's been a lot on Twitter. There's been a lot on, you know, national sports talk shows, et cetera, that have been basically what seems like dragging Angel Reese, and we have a couple on up here, and it seems to only be stemming from these comments. Which to me makes no sense. Why people would be dragging her for these comments. She says it at
death threat
yeah.
times. Death threat. Seen so much. I've been a
Okay. So I think the reason why it doesn't make sense to me is because I think people are taking her words and applying a certain like they're applying a reality that doesn't exist, and they're attaching these words to something that I don't think she's ever actually would argue against or has argued against. Like the beginning here,
I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong.
like she goes on to say since the national championship, that's what she's received. And I think there's been a ton of people who are like, oh yeah, well you talk shit on the court, so like suck it up and take it. It's like, I'm going to be clear here that talking shit on the court as like a competitive thing and like taunting and doing all that stuff, which is absolutely, I think is 100% totally fine. Like if you want to talk shit on the court, talk shit on the court. But if you get stood up on the court or you get stood up on the field and someone talks shit back, that's fair game too. I don't think she's ever argued against that. What she is talking about here is for all the fucking weirdos that after the game go on Twitter, DM her death threats, go on some AI like website and make AI porn of her to like get back at her, who threaten her teammates, who go after her family, etc., etc. Those weirdos need to get it through their head that this is an athlete who is competing on the court, and you don't need to defend anybody or attack her to defend Caitlin Clark, the Iowa basketball team, any other, like the South Carolina basketball. You don't need to protect these women. She's 20. She's a 22-year-old. She talks shit on the court because guess what? That's athletics. That's playing sports. And guess what? Taunting and talking shit and doing all that stuff and winning without class is something that should just be completely left on the court and not even be brought to the locker room. Like there has been no instance that I have seen anywhere where Angel Reese has been anything but a stand-up person outside of basketball. And if you're going to sit there and say, well, her actions on the court or her actions, her shit talking, all that stuff on the court is basically means it's open season for you to send her death threats or for her to get like AI porn made of her or to be threatened or all of those things, then like sorry, but you're just fucked in the head. You are unsalvageable and honestly should just be like put out like Old Yeller. Like there's no instance where that is okay. And I think that's where this conversation has somehow gone into, where people are saying, oh, well, she shouldn't have cried at her press conference about all this stuff. It's like, what do you mean? She's not upset because they lost and she can't, and she got taunted back or whatever. Like, it's very clear from her post-game, like, handshake that when she hugs Caitlin, that it's very clear that she has no ill will towards Iowa's coach, Caitlin, Iowa's players, etc. Like any of her opponents on the court, she has no problem with. What she has a problem with are the fucking blue check psychos on Twitter who are sitting there being racist and saying that she should die. Like, that's an absolutely ridiculous thing to ever think that that would be okay. And I understand it. Like, the conversation has been muddied a bit because people only see on Twitter someone reacting, saying that, oh, she's crying because she lost, and then somebody just takes that and it's just a game of telephone. But like, let's back up and realize that what she's actually saying is completely not okay, and that she is 100% right, in that she is human, and just because she talks shit on the basketball court doesn't mean that you gotta just send her all kind of weird parasocial shit online. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it. I don't know who needs to see that. I don't know who needs to hear it, but like, it's fucking weird. Like, you talk about like Emmanuel Acho, right? Black women have historically been the most marginalized group in America, but I'm going to give a gender neutral and racially indifferent take on Angel Reese. In sports, you can't act like the big bad wolf, then cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. This is exactly what I mean.
A gender neutral, racially indifferent take. Now, if you want to say, well, Acho, cater your take based upon gender, Acho, cater your take based upon race, I will understand that. But I'm about to give a gender neutral, racially indifferent take. Angel Reese, you can't beat a big bad wolf, but then kind of cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Because if you want to act grown, which she has, if you want to get paid like you grown, which you are, if you want to talk to grown folks like you grown, which you did post-game when you told a coach for an opposing team, watch your mouth. If you want to tell people, get your money up, then post-game when you take an L, you just got to take it on the chin. No.
She's not like complaining about anything. She's not, okay. Here's the thing, right? She is not complaining or crying or talking about being through so much because of like the media guys like this. She's not upset at other coaches talking shit. She's not upset about other players talking shit. She's not upset about taunting or losing even. All she literally, if you listen to her words, she's saying since the national championship last year, she's received death threats. She's been sexualized, and in that context, that means AI like porn of her, and she has been threatened. Like, those things are nowhere near being tied to talking shit on the court. Like, you want to talk about, oh, you want to act like the big bad wolf, then you can't cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog afterwards. It's like, bro, she's not crying about losing. She's not even crying about being taunted while losing. Those are nowhere near what she's talking about, and you're just purposefully like glazing right over it because you want to just make this point on TV. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's very, very clear what she was meaning to say and how she said it. And everybody here is thinking that like Caitlin Clark was just sitting there at 2 a.m. sending her death threats because Angel Reese like face washed her at the end of the championship last year. Like, no, dude. No, that's not even close. That's not even close. You know what it is? It's um you know what it is? It's this, right? These are the people that she is talking about. Right here. These are exactly who she's talking about. She does something on the court that's like trash talking, talking shit, that's taunting, that's being arrogant, that's whatever. Whatever she does on the court, you know, it's left at basketball. But this is who she's talking about. These, not obviously the people in here, but like every single person who you imagine sending death threats to, or that are sending death threats to Angel, or are, you know, potentially like sexualizing her in ways that she doesn't want to be, or threatening her, or whatever, it's probably some dude from Nebraska or one of Iowa's bordering states that his profile photo looks exactly like this, and he sits there and thinks that it's, you know, solely because she's black or whatever. And this comment here from Emmanuel is like, it's so unnecessary, because it's either he's purposefully ignoring the context and purposefully ignoring the way Angel's trying to go at this, or he's just dumb enough that he doesn't actually understand and is going along with this take.
Nobody mourns when the villain catches an L. And Angel Reese, you have self-proclaimed to be the villain. Shout out to you, because you are the second best basketball player on the court, and it was not close. Outside of Caitlin Clark, it was you. 17 and 20. Dog. Showed up. Biggest game, second biggest game of your career. Absolute dog. But you can't, under any circumstance, go to the podium and now try to ask for individuals to give you sympathy. No one has sympathy for the villain. You painted the bullseye on your back. Why are you surprised when people shoot at you?
Oh my God. I swear to God, it's like people just don't understand. Like, people just don't understand properly. She is the villain, as in the way that a heel is for the WWE. In the way that, like, a fucking Pixar movie has a villain. She is self-proclaimed that, because on the court, she is competitive, she is arrogant, she taunts, she talks shit. Like, and that's all fine and good. She was, at what point in her press conference was she saying, hey, you know, give me a break. Like, no need to taunt me about the loss. Like, it just happens. You know, I just lost. It's whatever. No, dude, she's talking specifically about the fact that her play on the court and her, like, actions on the court as a villain do not entitle the general public to send her death threats. It's very, very clear. Like, that is very, very clear. That's literally all she's asking. She's asking for normal people, not fucking weirdos, to be sending her death threats over something that is happening on the court. Like, we do not take, like, we as a like community of people who love sports, how do I word this? I guess what I'm saying is like say for Russell Westbrook, like, even then, right? Like, the things that people have said that have made fun of Russell Westbrook because of his play in the last couple of years, that he has not backed up his attitude on the court, where he was, sure, he was cocky, he, you know, talked a lot of shit. You know, he kind of did all that in the media. Nobody would ever sit there and tell him to grow up if he was getting death threats, racist DMs, you know, all that stuff. Literally nobody, not even Emmanuel here, would sit there and go like, well, you know, you called yourself the villain, or you're kind of egotistical and cocky, so like you kind of deserve all of those DMs no matter what, and you just kind of have to sit there and take it. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, like put it into perspective. It's not that hard.
So if you want to act grown, if you want to pose grown, if you want to talk grown, if you want to talk to grown folks grown, then you got to take the L like you grown.
She did. She did. She did. She's not sitting there going, oh, I want a rematch, or, oh, like stop going after me because we lost, or et cetera, like all that stuff. Literally all she's talking about, and I will repeat this over and over, she is talking about outside of the sport. Ever since they won the national championship last year, outside of the sport, as in outside of the media, outside of other coaches, other players, etc., she has received things, death threats, sexualized images, threatening messages, racist remarks, etc., that goes way beyond her character as an athlete. And I think it's not that hard for people to understand that. And Emmanuel and other people are just being willfully ignorant because it drives clicks.
Because what frustrated me is when you want to be the villain, but you want to hope for sympathy like a hero.
She's not hoping for sympathy like a hero, bro. She's literally saying, hey, can y'all stop threatening to kill me just because I talk shit about your favorite player on the court? A player that you didn't know until last year anyway. Like, it's not that hard to get, bro. It's not that hard to get. And then I don't know. I don't want to give Jason Whitlock any sort of screen time at all. So I was just going to read his tweet. But like last year when Caitlin Clark lost, she lost with class. This year, she won with class. That's because she has parents that have discipled. I'm assuming that's supposed to be disciplined, Jason, her properly. On the other hand, Angel Reese is arrogant in victory and crushed in defeat. Like, do these people not remember a couple weeks ago when Caitlin Clark was blowing up because her dad was on the sidelines telling the coach to take her out because Caitlin was being a crybaby about what the refs were calling? Like, does nobody remember that? Like, does nobody remember this?
Learning how to communicate that, articulate what you're seeing. That's been the growth of Caitlin Clark throughout her career at Iowa. Some of those early frustrations with some players early. Now they understand what she's
So
seeing.
this is in, right? Like, this was literally, what, 2 weeks ago? In the first round of this very same tournament, where everybody's, you know, talking about how much Caitlin Clark wins with class and loses with class, etc.
They understand how to move, and if they're open, she will find them.
And here's her dad, right, yelling at her to stop complaining when she's up by 20 points right before the end of the first half on the 16 seed. He's telling her to stop complaining.
Clark thought the defender went straight up.
And at some point, he even talked about saying, like, just take her out. Like, that's not, like, this idea that Caitlin, who is as much of a competitor on the court as Angel Reese is, and talks as much shit on the court as Angel Reese does. Like, the fact that people just think like, oh, well, you know, Caitlin's classy for it and Angel isn't, is like mind numbing. It's absolutely borderline retarded. It's incredible. And I mean, there's been a lot of discussion about, like, you know, why that is. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't think I don't think I can talk to it. But man, like, all she was saying, right? I'll just end it with this. All she was saying is, I do not deserve death threats, being sexualized, like, and by sexualized, have porn made of me against my will, have threatening messages, have racist messages sent to me just because I am a competitive and arrogant player on the basketball court. Whether I win or lose, like, I don't deserve that. That's literally all she's saying. And yet everybody took it to be this whole thing about, like, oh, stop taunting me when I lose. Like, she never said anything about that. And anybody who thinks so is just literally muddying the waters and willfully ignorant about what she was actually saying, either to push an agenda or just because they don't like her. And honestly, that's like super, super sad. So yeah, that's the Angel Reese drama that's apparently been happening. And it's just sad because I feel like it's people arguing against themselves, over and over. So, you know, that is that. All right, let's move on before I get to what I really want to do tonight, which will be in a little bit. But this was fun. Really don't have any commentary, just wanted to watch it. It's the overhead view of the Rangers and the Devils having their puck drop brawl, line brawl, all line like, these are one of the best moments in hockey, and there's no reason we shouldn't watch it. So who went first? Oh, it's clearly these two. He was already dropping the mitts before the puck was even dropped. Also, I like how the center didn't even, like, he went straight for the defense. They obviously had beef. I don't know what the backstory is between the Rangers and the Devils. Obviously, they've always had kind of a bit of a rivalry anyway, so don't have to go back that far, but go straight for the defenseman. Is that Rempe up there going at it? Yeah. Then these two get started. Boy, cameraman did a great job on this video. Just catching all of it. Some good old-fashioned hockey right there. Man, they really should have had the goalie should have gone after it. I love a good goalie fight. Oh, that is Rempe. Okay. Man, he's been in like 6 fights in his first month of playing hockey. I don't know if it's bringing the back of the enforcer, but boy, is he fitting into that role pretty easily. Okay, at the end, I don't know if you can see it down here, but there are 4 guys in the box. Each of them. I think they ended up having like 8 of the total just be fully ejected. They all probably just got beers in Chelsea or something, like while the game was still going on. But yeah, that was fun. What was this? Oh, this was a cool little highlight. Really nothing to talk about. It's just kind of fun. Bunk. Bunk. That's impressive, though. That's a really small window. Just throw it off the front of his mask. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Anyway, that was fun. Okay, big thing, because this will kind of lead into what I will be doing in a short minute. So the A's have not renewed in Oakland. Oakland has decided that, you know what, they can't come to an agreement with the A's. The city of Oakland can't come to an agreement with the A's, and so the A's have to look elsewhere. And they are playing in Sacramento. And you might ask, what stadium are they playing in Sacramento? And they're playing in a minor league stadium. And you would assume, oh, they're playing in their own, minor league affiliate stadium, right? Well, wrong. They're playing in the Giants affiliate stadium. I don't know what the Sacramento River Cats. That's where they are playing. They're part of the Giants farm system. It's their AAA team. And that's where they will be for 3 years ish. And so at this point, it's like, what I want to know is, what do you call the A's now? Are they going to use Las Vegas A's now that they're officially moving? Are you going to continue to use the Oakland A's? Because I don't think Oakland is going to be cool with that. Do you use the Sacramento A's? The Athletic Sacs? Do you like what are the A's franchise going to be known as? And secondly, what are the MLB players actually cool with playing here for the next 3 years? Like, who's going to want to go play for the A's when this is going to be your MLB experience? And remember, the only reason he wanted to John Fisher wanted to stay in California was because he already had a TV media deal with NBC Bay Area or Comcast. I don't know who. Comcast Bay Area, NBC Bay Area. So the only reason he's staying in Sacramento was because he can still get some of that media money, which was like $60 million a year in being in Oakland. And he's hoping he can get like half that for still staying in California. And if he had gone to Las Vegas and played at where they do have an affiliate team, a AAA team in Vegas, and he could have played at their stadium, their own stadium. But the problem is that John Fisher wouldn't have gotten, millions of dollars for their media deal. And yeah, that's it. That's really why he's in Sacramento. So who knows? I have no idea whether the Players Association, the union, is going to be cool with them being in Sacramento in a minor league stadium. Whether the MLB is okay with it. Obviously, it seems like they are. But this is going to be interesting to watch. Like we saw the Blue Jays in Buffalo during COVID, but that was clearly a temporary thing. Like it was always Canada's not letting us travel across the border, so we're going to stay in Buffalo so that we can play our games against the rest of the MLB. This is very clearly hey, we intend to stay here for 3 years, and then hopefully, because the Vegas deal still hasn't gone through, hopefully we move to Vegas at the end of that. And if they don't, they're just going to be called the homeless A's, I guess. But bigger, I think bigger comments is this. So the A's owner, John Fisher. So the A's owner, John Fisher, this guy right here, was out giving a press conference about their move to Sutter Health Park in Sacramento, the home again of the Giants AAA team. And one of the questions he had asked was, how do you like playing in this ballpark? And he said that Sutter Health Park is the most intimate park in Major League Baseball, and says he can't wait to watch the MLB's top stars like Aaron Judge, who doesn't play for the A's, hit home runs here. He literally came out and said, I'm excited to watch other teams hit home runs against us. Like, that is how little John Fisher actually cares about his own team. And it's frankly like, it's really just, it's awful. And we can hear it here. Like, this is him actually speaking.
We're excited to be here for the next 3 years, playing in this beautiful ballpark, but also being able to watch some of the greatest players in baseball, whether they be athletics players or Aaron Judge and others, launch home runs out of this very intimate, the most intimate ballpark in all of Major League Baseball for the next 3 years.
He says that with a smile on his face, as if like everybody else is just going to be super okay with the fact that the only reason they're playing here is because he's literally screwing the current fan base of his team just so that he can make more money. Like, how is he sitting there just giggling over this as if he's not just like an evil piece of shit? Bro, John Fisher needs to just sell the team. I really wish they would just force him to sell the team. Force him to sell the team at a really high price so that all the other MLB owners are completely fine with the valuation, et cetera, and just get him out. But the problem is, right, is that Manfred and the MLB, I guess it seems like they've never really wanted a team in Oakland, and they've been salivating at the prospect of moving the A's out of Oakland. and then they get to kill two birds with one stone and go to Vegas, where they can just, I guess, sacrifice a local team to away fans for every weekend that they're home, similar to how the Raiders stadium sells out with opposing team colors. It's so ridiculous and so dumb. But yeah, so he says, the most intimate park in Major League Baseball. Codify, thanks for posting this. Yeah, you're right. It is the most intimate park in MLB because it's a fucking AAA stadium, bro. Of course it's the most intimate park. What, there's less than like 10,000 seats here? You're an MLB team. Like your all your field gear is sitting out here in the open behind the center field wall. Like you're playing in a high school park. There's college baseball stadiums that are bigger than this. Like, what do you? Yeah, of course it is. I don't know. And what sucks too is like I can't really be mad at like Sacramento people going out to watch the A's games because, yeah, of course you get a new sports team, you go watch the A's. But boy, I really hope that Sacramento sells out the River Cats, the Giants AAA team, every weekend that they're home, and nobody goes to these A's games. I hope they just drive home that nobody wants John Fisher in their city. Because this is an absolute joke. Well, anyway. Oh yeah. I wanted to check out the MLB standings. Who knew the Marlins were 0-8? That's incredible. They already have a negative 30 run differential. Even the Rockies have a win. Even the Mets are 1-5. And here are the A's, 1-6. After this year, they get to go play in Sacramento in a AAA ball field, AAA stadium, just like that. And yeah, that's it. Tigers are playing well. Yankees are playing well. Who knew that the Angels, after getting rid of Ohtani and with the ownership that they have, would be tied for first in the AL West. The Braves, the Pirates, just like everybody thought. And then the Dodgers leading out in the West. So that's a lot of fun. So anyway, while I get the rest of the stream ready, because I think this will actually be pretty fun. Essentially, it is 9:57 at the moment. At 10 o'clock, I am going to be trying to draw every single MLB logo by hand and trying to get them as close as possible to the actual MLB logos. And like the actual MLB logos that are on like their official logos from the site. So let's see. let's see. Let me do it this way. Okay, so as you can see, each of these logos are here and have all been covered by me. Sure, I put them there, but I also watch a lot of baseball, so that's not really like a big deal. But I'm going to attempt above each and every single one to draw what the actual logo is and try to get the colors as accurate as I possibly can. So we'll start with the Diamondbacks. It'll be in alphabetical order, and I will have 60 minutes. So it's 9:58 right now. I will have 60 minutes to complete all of them. And wanted to see how close I can get. And I think it'll actually be like really, really fun. And I don't know anybody who's able to just draw these by memory. There's going to be several that I just do not know or just physically cannot draw. The good thing for me is that a lot of them are simply like letter marks. So like a lot of them are just interlocking letters. I'm going to try to get as close to the as close to like the little, you know, whatever you call them. I don't even know what the fuck you call them. The little like marks on the ends, the little serifs on the edges of the logos, as close to possible as I can. Yeah. So that's going to be it. So we got like 30 seconds. So going to start very, very shortly. And maybe when I edit this into a video, I'll just put up a little timer. So yeah, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, Diamondbacks. They are red, but they're more of like that red, right? It's like a sloping A. I have to draw this by hand. Okay, it's more of a black underlay, right? So it's like this. So it goes like that. And then it's solid there. And then solid here, right? I think that's how that goes that way. And then it's actually like red over it. So like that somewhere. I think that's the right red, but it's red with like a black outline. It also has, see how small I can get this. It also has like a little red like fangs as its cross, I think. Little red fangs. And then I think it has some teal, right? Teal. There's like, I think it's like this. Is there teal all the way around the edge? I think so. It's like a teal and black, but I don't. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty close. Anyway, Atlanta Braves. Let's see. Here we go. Atlanta Braves. Anyway, next, Baltimore Orioles. Okay, this one is going to be the really hard one. I know it's a black outline and it's a bird that faces like to the right, and he's got a hat on. So let's do a hat like this, do hat like that. Got a little like beak or something, and then the outline that way. Okay, so we'll just fill in, we'll fill that in with black there. Okay, and then what we need is like an orange. So after that, it's, what is it? It's like, is that his beak along with the bottom? I think here's his head. Let's get his head. There's his beak. There's eyes somewhere. So eyes. Oh god, that's so awful. I think at some point too, there's like, I don't know what the mouth is. Is the mouth like that? And then he has kind of like teeth. I think he has teeth, right? Oh god, that's scary. So we'll give him some eyes like that. Ugh. And then he does have a hat. He's wearing a hat at some point, right? So it's another orange hat. And I think it has an O on it. Is it a black O? Right? Like that? Oh my god. That's so terrible. All right. Anyway, I don't have time. I am 5 minutes in, down 3 logos right here. Okay. So next, the Red Sox. This one should be easy. It's a base of like a navy blue, right? Right? Isn't it like a navy? Like there. And it's kind of just like a pointy, like that, that, and that. I think that's pretty close, right? Somewhere around there. And then you have a nice little red on the inside. Oh, wrong way. So you have this point. I don't think these colors are right. I think that's too bright of a red. I think it's a little darker. That's too dark. Little lighter. Right around there. All right. Yeah. That's pretty close. Right there. So then it comes through. I think there's a point at the end. Comes down, goes that way, and then comes down to a point that way. I don't think there's, are there edges on the inside of those points? I don't think there are. I think it's just circular like that, right? I mean, that's got to be pretty close, right? That's pretty close for drawing by hand. That's got to be pretty fucking close. All right. 7 minutes. Cubs. Okay. Now, when I think of the Cubs logo, do I think of the circular one with the C and then UBS, or is it just the C? Like I can't remember what it is. So I'm just going to go, I know it's a circle, right? Like I know it's that circle. And then it is a red inside that's a little bit brighter red than the Red Sox one. But I can't remember if it's like that. But I think there's a UBS in here. So I'm just going to put it. Oh, that B is awful. Cubs. Is that their official logo? I actually don't know if that's their official logo. I think it might be their official logo. But who knows? We're at 08, so we're actually ahead of time. All right, White Sox. Oh, this one will be easy, except I will not even get close to what's on this side. So the S is like that, right? It's kind of snaky, except it also has, I think it's, shoot. Is it kind of, I think it's like that with like that inside and then that, like that inside. And then you have your big O down here. And then you have the X this way. I think that's pretty close. I think there's like more edges here. Like that comes to a point, right? I think at some point, and then that comes to a point. I don't know if does the X have, does the X have that? I don't think I don't think the X's have feet. Maybe it does. Or maybe they're like cross. No, it's not that. Whatever. I'm going to leave it. I think that's pretty close. The Reds. Okay. The Reds may be the easiest logo in sports, or at least in baseball. The problem is with the Reds is getting the red right, because that actually looks really close. The other thing too is getting the shape of the C. So it's like two flat pieces, right? Like that. And then it arches that way as too deep at the end. Okay. Okay, I can do this. Okay, that's pretty close. And then this comes out and then comes to a point, and then that comes out and goes like that. Okay, that's like really close. Let me fill this in, because that is how this gets filled in. That's pretty damn close. Okay. I am so happy that that Cleveland changed their name, because there was no way in hell that I was doing that I was going to be drawing Chief Wahoo from their old logo. Like, that's just not something I was going to be putting up on YouTube or onto a stream at all. Like, ever. So yeah. Cleveland Guardians. What? They have like a deep blue background, I think. Like a really deep blue, but I can't remember what their C looks like. What is their C has like a really weird notch somewhere. And it's really oddly shaped. I think it's like this, and then it goes like that, but then it's like flat over here, goes down, it's like flat, comes up, and goes like that. Is that right? I think that's... Is that right? I don't know. It's like weirdly boxy. I think that's pretty close. I don't know what their red is though. Their red is kind of darker. So let's do this. This is the red. We're just gonna do that. And let's see. God, it's so hard to draw with a mouse on Photoshop. I don't know. That looks about right. Okay. Now for the Rockies. Let's see. We have a lot of C's. I know the Rockies are an interlocking CR, but I don't know. Are they purple? I think they're like a deep purple color, right? Shoot, I don't know. I don't know what they're. I think the Rockies are so just not even like relevant that I can't remember what their logo is. I know it's an interlocking CR, but I'm not sure. Okay, we have that Oriole is scary. We have done 8 teams. We are 15 minutes in, so we are a quarter of the way. Well, 14 minutes. We're coming up on 15 minutes in. We're a quarter of the way there. And we're about a quarter of the way through the team. So we need to keep moving at this pace, but Colorado Rockies. Let's see. It's an interlocking CR. So I think it's a purple logo from the official website. I can't remember where the C is it. Okay. So I'm just going to draw the C like this. I think there's is there a little like line in here? And then I'm going to draw the R that way. Let's start it higher. So there's the R. It's something like that, I think. Is there another little line like in here? Is that right? I don't know. Does it have a little foot at the end? I think so. From what I can remember of the Rockies, I haven't watched a Rockies game since they were probably in the playoffs like over a decade ago. So I can't remember. Detroit Tigers. I am going to fuck this up royally. What is their? They're more of like a like this, that color. Yeah, that's more them. Okay. So it's a D with a lot of little like edges on it. Is essentially what I remember. So let's see. It's like one line this way, got another line, you got like that, and then like another line, and then you have like that, and then you have like a line here, and then or maybe you don't. I think you do have a line here, but then you have like 3 here or something. I don't know. And then that should be thicker. I mean it's probably close. Is there like, I think there's like a little like hitch at the end. That's not even close. That, I don't know what that is, but that's not even close, but I have to keep moving. All right, Astros, the official Astros logo. I think, okay, I think it's is it not the star with just the H on it? I think that's what it is, right? It's just star. Nope. Shoot. Yeah, so it should just be that. Fill that in. And then it has like that silvery H over it, right? So where do I get a silver? Silver, and then I don't know what the H actually looks like though. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty close. Right? That's a pretty close Astros logo. Okay, the Royals. The Royals actually have a really fun logo from what I remember, and they are a royal blue, so they're much more, like, yeah, that color. Kansas City. I think it's like a dot. It's like very, you like come in like this with the K. You like go that way, and then it's like the C is like that, right? And it has little like little serifs on the end. I think that's right. Maybe I'll make it a little thicker. I don't remember. I think it's actually a pretty thin logo though. From what I remember. I think that's the Kansas City logos or Royals logo. All right, the Angels. One of the best logos. They're like a deeper red. But really one of the best logos in baseball. So it's simply an A. Right? Like that's all it is. It's very simple. Except for the fact that it does have little feet. I think it has a little points here. I think they're a bit bigger. So like that. Then I think it's is it on the inside too? Oh wait, no. You have the A. Obviously, they're an angel. And then what you do have though, is it a gold halo? I can't remember. It's like that, right? Or is this an old logo? Fuck, I can't. That's too high. I can't remember. I can't remember if that's an old logo or not. I think they have, what would they have? Like a silvery thing as like their, as like their inside. I think they have like some sort of bevel accent. Or at least I thought. I don't know if it's silver or not, but that reminds me of what I used to look at in my childhood growing up in Southern California. Okay, so we just passed 22 minutes and we are nearly halfway done. So we are making very, very good time. The Astros logo here really helped. That was the fastest one. Kansas City was fast. The Angels, I think is correct. I think they still use a gold halo. Actually, let me add, or let me eyedrop this. I think they have some sort of, well, whatever. I think that's it. Okay, the Dodgers. Okay, let's see. This is the Dodgers logo as I remember it. And little face. Wait, undo that. Oh, eyedrop. Give me that guy. Give me the. It should be a bigger stack, right? That's the Dodgers logo. $100 stacks of hundreds. Okay, the official Marlins logo. What is the Marlins logo? Is it the? The problem with the Marlins is that they change colors so often that I can't remember what they actually what it actually is. I think are they still orange and no, they're still not orange and black because they wear the like Miami Vice style uniforms. So they are like black, pink, and teal, I guess. Is it just an M? I think it's just an M, right? Like it's kind of just that shape, I think. And then is it just a pink and teal kind of? Oh, that was shitty. Is it just like a pink and teal kind of outline? I don't think this is right at all. Okay. Halfway down. We're coming up on 27 minutes, so we have 33 minutes left, and these are the first ones so far, or the first half so far of all the drawn logos. So next up we have the Brewers. I think they changed recently, right? Like they went with the navy and yellow. And the only reason I know this is because they just played the Mets for opening weekend. So it's like is that the right navy color? That's pretty close. But I think they went back to that old school Brewers logo. And I think it's this one where it's like the glove. But I can't remember what goes on the inside. Like I know. Okay, this one's gonna be tough. It's more like a deeper yellow. That seems about right. Oh wait, is it? Oh, duh, it's the other way. Where'd that blue go? Is that the right blue? Sure. It's this way because it's a B. It's a B and an M. And that's the only reason I remember it is because there's a B there and then an M. So you have a gold M for yellow, a yellowish M here. Right? You have that, but then you also have a B. That doesn't look right. That's going to be horrible. But there's like also a baseball in here somewhere. I think that's a baseball. I don't think it's red. Is it red? I think it's blue. With like blue laces. Like that. That's not even close. Okay, the Twins. The Twins should be easy. Now for the Twins, it's just getting the right color. They're like a really deep. Well, need a bigger brush than that. They're really deep blue. Yeah, that looks about right. So they're just the T and the C. I think it's that way and then a T. I think that's right. And then there's the red, which is a deeper. It's not as bright red. That looks right. I think the C goes over. Over like that, and then comes in behind. Like that. Is that pretty close? I think it's more like pointed. I think that's right. Let's see. I think it's like that. That seems right. Boy, this Milwaukee one is really gonna have me struggle. All right, the Mets. Their actual logo is orange. I know that, and I'm not going to be able to get probably all the little like marks on the letters. How many more do we have to go? 13. We're at 32 minutes right now, so I can kind of take my time. The two New York ones are going to be very easy, but I have a feeling that the Mariners, the Blue Jays is going to be really hard. And I don't even remember some of these, so let's just go for the Mets here. In general, the mark is like that. Hold on. I'm going to move that up. So in general, that's the mark with a Y that goes down and like that. But the key to the Mets one is getting the little like feet. I think that's the way it goes. Yeah, and then there's that one. Like this is the official logo. Oh fuck. Like this, as a Mets fan, this is awful that I can't even remember this. I'm so used to seeing the one in the baseball that oh no. Okay, so they're like this. They like come to a point and down and then another point. So all right, let me start that over. So it's a point. It's like this, that. It's like that. Those are them. So it's like this, that way, that way, that way. Yeah, that's more like it. So like that, and then that way, and then that way. They have like fancy ones. So it's hard to draw it upside down, obviously, but yeah. And then that way, that way, that way, that way. I kind of need to draw it like individually and then that way. Then now for the bottom part of the Y, that way, that way, that way, that way. Okay. That looks pretty close. It's a little long. But that's okay. Oh no, that took like 4 minutes or something similar. Okay. The Yankees lose. Sorry, I had to. What is their it's hard matching these colors. I think that's too blue. I think it's more, yeah, that's more like it. So it's more curvy than the Mets N. So it's much more like that, with like that curve in it, and then it's like that. That's actually pretty close, and that was really, really quick. Okay, the A's. Now we have the A's. They're more of like a Kelly green, like that color. They have little tails, I think, on the A. So it's more like that. And then a little tail on that A. Then a little tail this way and tail like that, I think. I don't think they have any extras. Do they have any extras on the end I think they do, actually. Now that I think about it. I think they do, just because of the way that the A is. And then they have a little apostrophe because they're the Athletics. And then a smaller S right up here. That I don't think actually has any like little things off the side of it. Okay. 10 left and we're at 38 minutes. So we have about a 2-minute buffer. So time for the Phillies. So for the Phillies, this is what we'll do, right? We'll do this. We'll hit copy. And then we'll come down here to the Phillies and we will hit paste. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Just copy and paste that steaming turd right on top of the Phillies. Next, we have the Pirates. They are bright ass yellow. Okay. They have a lot of it's just a typical like straight up and down P, right? Straight up and down, but it has a bunch of points. One there, one there, one there. Got one on the top, like that. Got one on the bottom, like that. I know there's one in the middle, here, like that. Is there one on the inside and one here? No, that looks like too many. There may be one here though. No, does that even look right? I think there's another one on that side. I think that looks right. That's pretty close. The Padres, are they? I think they're brown. Is like their main color, right? So brown for the Padres. Yeah. They're just an interlocking S and a D. So we have an S, but I can't remember how. I'm going to make that bigger. I can't remember how the S and the D interlock. I think it's this way, right? So like it goes that way. I think maybe that overlaps there. I honestly don't know. I can't remember for the life of me where that D interlocks over here. Like it's just it's not in my brain at the moment, and that's frustrating me. The Giants, they are orange. That's a little too bright of an orange. Let's see. They're a little brighter than that. I think they're here. Yeah, that looks about right. So another S team, an S and an F, but I think how theirs goes is similar. But they have one mark here and then one mark like that. Except I think it's the other way. So I think I could have just left that. So I think it's this, an F here, I think that's right. F that way. F that way. And then to erase it, that goes behind, I think. And then the S goes behind the F. Right? Isn't that how that goes? I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. Couldn't tell you for sure, but I am pretty sure. Now the Mariners, they have like the typical just S on the hat, but I don't think that's the right. I don't think that's their actual thing. I thought they had like a star, with the S over it. So we're gonna do that. It's more of this. So it's like a compass sort of deal where it's like that, and that. But I think it gets like fatter in the middle. Like so. Okay. I think that's right. Right? I think so. But then I think there's also like a darker circle around the end or around the edge. Like it's more of a blue. If we were to just do that, and then it's like a silvery S in the middle. I don't know. That's pretty close. Or at least I think it is. All right. 15 minutes to finish the last 5, which we should easily be able to do. Absolutely, like that shouldn't be that hard. The St. Louis Cardinals. I can't remember, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, whether the Cardinals have a C or, oh God, we're fucked if the Cardinals, if it's the one with the bat, because I don't think that's the actual one. I think it's the interlocking SL. But it's the STL, and I don't remember where the T actually goes, which is kind of an issue. So I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of guess. I can't remember what they're red at. That's way too bright. They're more of a darker red. No, that's too dark. Shit. Right here. That's about right. I think it's a little brighter. Either way, there is an S, and then I think the little T is up here. It's like this. Yeah. And then the L comes. Oh no, I don't think the L goes behind. I think the L sits on top. Like so. And then the S. Actually, I don't think it breaks at all. I think it's just like this. And then you have the little, they love their points. So let me make that smaller because they like, oh, not what I meant to do. That doesn't look right. Shit. Why can I not get the L point right? Like, what is the point? I think it's that. They like, and then I'm pretty sure they have points on the curves of the S's as well, and then at the end, like that. That looks pretty close, I think. Tampa Bay Rays. That took a little bit too long. We're just over 48 minutes. So we have 12 minutes for the last 4. The Rays. They're more of a, I know they're like a darker blue now, I guess. Does their T and R connect? I don't think so. I think it's just this. And then an R, right? At some point they have like a gold star somewhere. They're in middle school and getting like a gold star from their teacher. I can't remember where. Is it here? I think it's like, isn't it like that? There's like a little gold star for the Rays. I couldn't tell you. I've their old logo, the Devil Rays, was so much better, and I think their branding needs to go back to that because you need something to draw people in Tampa Bay. Now, for the Texas Rangers, they have a nice royal blue, or nice blue, just like, who was it? Their colors are very similar to the Cubs, where they, they use a nice blue with a nice red. So let's see. They have, it's effectively just a T, right? But it's very like blocky from what I remember. So it's very much like that. So there's the first block. And then it comes down like this, I think, from what I remember. Again, very blocky. I think it even has points here like that. That makes sense. But then it has like this red accent, but I can't remember if the red accent goes all the way around the T or if it's just as like a shadow. And from what I'm remembering, we were just looking at the rings. They're like World Series rings, and from what I can remember, the red is only on one side of the T. So I think it's more of like a shadow thing. So it does this. And comes up here, I think. So it goes to a point there, goes down, comes out to a point, comes down, goes out to a point, goes down that way. I think that's right. But there's also, is there like a silvery aspect to this as well? I think there's more where it like follows the inside of this as like a bezel, similar, something like that. Does it go all the way? I think it goes all the way around. I think that's it. I think so. Oh fuck. Okay. 52.5 minutes. We had the last two, but the Blue Jays one is going to be kind of hard because I have no idea what the Blue Jay looks like. So they are pretty bright blue. You know what? Let's go with the one I know first. And that is the fact that there is a maple leaf. I don't know how a maple leaf goes, actually. Oh God. How do you draw a maple leaf? Is it like this? And then like that? Is that a maple leaf? I think it's all red too. Okay. All right, I think that's right. But then we need the Blue Jay, and it has like a face that's like attached to, and it's like kind of, I think it's like straight-ish. Like an eye. Oh fuck. This is no good. There's like an eye over here with, you know, a little black pupil. And then it kind of goes like that, I think. But then there's this blue that comes in this way. Oh my God, that does not look like a bird at all. Can I make that any better? No, I don't think so. I don't think I can make that any better. Does it come out like this? Is there like a beak or something? I couldn't tell you. And we've passed 55 minutes. So just to make sure, I'm gonna get the Nationals, which is basically just the Walgreens logo. It's like this. And then it comes down. And it circles. And it goes like that. So let's thicken that up a bit. Does it have any? I don't think it has anything on this edge. I think that looks pretty close. Pretty close to the Nationals logo. All right. Just over 56 minutes. Can stop the timer. Here are all of the logos at once. So we have the Diamondbacks, the Braves, the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Cubs. We have the White Sox, the Reds, the Guardians, the Rockies, the Tigers. We have the Astros, the Royals, the Angels, the Dodgers, the Marlins, the Brewers, the Twins, the Mets, the Yankees, the A's, the Phillies, the Pirates, the Padres, the Giants, the Mariners, the Cardinals, the Rays, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, and the Nationals. So what we're going to do now is I am going to go through and we are going to give either a check mark or a red X. So here's our red for the X, and here is our green for the check mark. And we are going to undo each of these. Essentially, now that I have drawn all these logos in the last 60, in the last 60 minutes, we're going to undo each of the actual logos and see how close we actually got to the real logo. So here we go. First one up, Diamondbacks. Okay. That's actually not that bad. I didn't know that the teal was on the outside. My little snake part right here in the middle, not even close. But that's okay because so I'm going to give this a yes. I'm going to give this a yes. And the only reason I think I'm going to give myself a yes here is because I got the little edging on the side. Even if I made too many, I still got that edging down the side. I got the colors pretty damn close to the actual colors. The only thing that was missing is this snake bite and kind of the shaping of the A. But I would say that is pretty close. So that's going to be a check. Okay, next. The Atlanta Braves. Oh. Okay. Real talk though. As a Mets fan, there is no way in hell. Sure, I got it wrong. But as a Mets fan, there is no way in hell that I'm drawing the Braves logo unless it is literally a pile of shit like I drew here. So, sure, did I get it wrong? Yes. Do I care? Not particularly, right? Okay, so next, the Orioles. Now, this one is terrifying. And there's no way that I got anywhere close to the actual logo. No. Oh my God, that's not even close. First of all, there's two things. I thought it was a black outline for the logo. It's not. The bird is black, which I didn't even realize the bird was black. And that the beak is, I thought it was an orange bird for some reason. Clearly, I've never seen an Oriole in real life. And it doesn't help that all of their players are basically very, very similar either. Yeah, it is inside out. It is inside out. I drew it inside out, and I drew him as a terrifying, children's nightmare. So yeah, I'm just gonna mark that one down as a no. Okay. The Red Sox. I think I actually got pretty close. I don't know if the colors will be right, but I think I did get pretty close here. So let's see. Okay. The red is a little off. The hooks on the end, I didn't get the inside little serif points, and I did get the points. I didn't realize the B on the inside did this little weird grabby part. Nor did I realize that the hooks on the end are very violent. But if we're being honest, it's a B with red and blue. The blue and red are a little bit off, but that's okay. But I am going to give that to myself. I think that's close enough that we can call that a win. Next up, the Cubs. Now, for the Cubs, it really depends on whether I chose the right logo to go with, and it wasn't just something like it wasn't the C logo, right? Like from what I'm remembering, for their official logo, I don't think it's just the C. So let's see. Okay. Yeah. No, that's absolutely 100%. I got that right. Absolutely 100%. I got that right. So yeah, that's like, I mean, sure, the colors are a little off. I thought their blue was a little bluer. But no, that's 100% there. Okay, so first row, the first 5 teams, we got 3 of them right, 2 of them wrong. So here we go. Next up, the White Sox. The problem with the White Sox logo is that I could picture it in my mind. What I couldn't do was actually like physically draw it, which I think is going to be where I'm a little off. I think the problem is, and why I'm going to say no, why I'm going to say I didn't get it. I will say I knew that there was the white little like inside piece in the S. I think the positioning of the SOX is similar, but it's not like the same. And the X and the O don't have the same like feel to them. You know what I mean? Like it's very much it's in the same ballpark, but that's like saying that's like saying you spelled a word incorrectly, but like you got all the letters right. Like it doesn't. Great. I knew that it was SOX in black diagonal. That's fine. Like nearly every MLB fan would know that. Whether you actually get this S correct with the O and the X with the little feet on them is a whole different story, because I couldn't draw that. I couldn't get close. So no, that's absolutely 100% a failure. Cincinnati Reds, I am 100% confident that this is correct, and there's no way it's incorrect, right? Like I absolutely 100% got this right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I got that. I got that right. Absolutely. The reason I'll say I got it right is because, sure, is this little dangly bit a bit too long? Absolutely. 100%. But I got the flat parts of the C. I got the inside. And to be honest, it's just a function of Photoshop and me drawing the actual letter on, less so than where I was actually thinking of the logo. So like the thought about where the logo was absolutely 100% correct. And so I'm counting that as a win. Okay, the Guardians. Like I said before, I am very happy that I didn't have to draw Chief Wahoo, because I didn't need to be showing up on somebody's Twitter about how I'm drawing a racist caricature of an Indian, Native American, because they were the Indians. And then not only that, but also it being tied to the name, the Indians for Cleveland, just a whole thing that I didn't want to get into. And so having it be the Cleveland Guardians was amazing. The problem is I can't fully remember what the Guardians logo looks like. I knew it was a C. I knew it's kind of blocky, but that's about it. And so, so let's see. I don't know where this goes from here, but let's reveal. I don't think I count that. If we're being honest, if I'm being honest with myself, I don't think I count that one. That's this C, while it like has the overall general shape, the one that I drew, the actual C is like very specific in its shape and it being so pointy and everything, and I drew it way too like way too sloppy. So no, that's a no. All right. The Rockies logo, I already know is an absolute no. Like there's no way I got the Rockies correct. Absolutely no way. So I'm just going to pull this up because it's not even close. Yeah. No. First of all, how are the Rockies, how is their logo black and gray? I thought their primary color was purple. Am I completely off in that? Like I thought their primary color was purple. Obviously I was wrong, but I also didn't even get where they interlocked. Like I thought it ran through. I thought there were lines in here for some reason. Well, I guess that makes sense. That's probably where I got it from, was these. God, that's an ugly logo. The Rockies need to kind of just redo their entire branding, because that is, it's honestly just terrible. All right, Detroit. Boy, this row right here is awful. Okay, Detroit. Not even, I'm just calling it now. It's not even close. No. No. No, not even close. I will say though, like, that's not my fault for Detroit using some old English style ass font for their baseball team as if they're still playing in the 1910s. Like I appreciate the logo. I do. But Detroit has the opposite problem of the Rockies. The Rockies looks like it was made on clip art in 2003 by some fucking geek on his computer just messing around with just random fonts, and they were like, hey, let's just use that. Detroit looks like, hey, we're old school, we have a ton of history, let's just use our logo from like way back when. But the issue is like, the only history that people have of the Tigers is that they've lost a lot recently. And I don't think the old English style D really helps them, you know, project sort of a new way forward, and a new team, and playing modern, good baseball like every other team should. So yeah, got those wrong. So as of right now, let's see, through the first 10, we are 1, 2, 3, 4 correct and 6 incorrect. Well, okay. Let's see. All right. Now to the Astros. This one should be bang on. You know how many hats I've seen with this stupid ass silver H above an orange star? Like, this should be in the bag. Right? Like absolutely should be 100% in the bag. Bro, how who is still using a circular logo like this in the MLB besides the Mariners, because they're just weird. But like who's still using circular logos like this? Like fine. That's a no. That's upsetting. Like I had the H with the star in the middle. Like I had all of that. Like that was perfect. Who knew that it was going to be a frickin' circle around it that says Houston Astros, as if like you have to announce it to the world about what team you are with your logo. Anyway, another loss. Great. Cool. Let's see. I had to have gotten the Royals though, right? Like I had to have gotten the Royals. Now, hear me out. I know what you're going to say, but I think I give that to myself. Now, I'm not just saying that because I got the last like 6 in a row wrong. I am saying that I knew it was this K, right? And a K that connected to the C. Now, whether I got it on the right side or not, you know, that's up to you to decide whether that's a yes or a no. I think it's a yes, just simply because I knew that the K and the C connected, and that I got the little ball on the end of the C. Sure, I messed up the serif up top, but you know what? I think that this counts, just due to the fact that I didn't get it because of my drawing skills and not because I didn't know what the logo looked like. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a yes. Sorry. It's a yes. It's a yes. I'm counting it as a yes. All right. The Angels. I am pretty confident that I got this one right. When did they change to red and navy? I haven't seen them wear fucking navy ever in the last several years. Okay. That's a no because I got the colors completely wrong. Which is frustrating. The A is also much more pointy and lower. The halo is better, or like it's not gold. It's not red and silver. It's like a darker red with a navy, etc., etc. It's a no. Okay, the Dodgers. I can already tell you this is a yes. And I know that the Dodgers logo is actually the LA, but really they should just change it to a $100 bill and just roll with it from there. Like at this point, like just take that, roll with it. Just be like, yeah, we got money. Yeah, we got we can take like any player we really want to come play with for us. What are you going to do? Like at that point, just change the logo. Everyone will know that the $100 bill is associated with the Dodgers, and everyone can just move on. Now, the Marlins. I took a gamble here. I couldn't remember them being in orange in a while, so I was like, there's no way they still use orange in their logo. From what I remember, they had like a Miami Vice sort of thing going, which makes sense because they are in Miami. And so I was thinking it was just the M with like the pink and teal, but couldn't tell you after that. I was really hoping that they didn't have an actual Marlin attached to the M. So if it does, I'm gonna be brutally upset. Yeah, I wasn't even close. Are you kidding? Well, okay, so that's a hard no, right? Like it's just a hard no. First of all, I don't even have the Marlin in it. Secondly, the colors aren't even right. It's more like a light blue and an orange. And I thought it was like teal and pink for Miami Vice. God, shoot. Okay, so in that row, I only got 2 right. So out of the first half, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wrong. So for the second half, to even get to 50%, to even make the wild card here, to get to 82 games, I need to be right on 9 logos. And luckily for me, the vast majority of the remaining logos are just letters, are just interlocking letters. So let's get started with the Brewers and see where that goes. I don't think I got this right. I think I was close. I knew the like overall structure with the mitt and the B. I don't think it's actually like that close. Yeah, no. That's not even. What sucks is like I knew it because you can see the ball in the middle, you can see the B for the Brewers, and you can see the M. I just couldn't remember what it actually looked like. I have the M, I have the B, I have the ball. First of all, my colors are backwards. Should have been a yellow background with navy M and B. The ball is in the middle. Ooh. Tired. It's like 11:20. The ball is in the middle. And yeah, it's just not even close. The Twins. I know I got this one right. I am very, very confident that I got the next 3, the Twins, the Mets, the Yankees, like bang on. So let's see. Twins. Yep. Sorry. I know I didn't get the little edge at the end, but the T and the C, actually, I got the interlocking wrong. But you know what? That's a check. That's absolutely 100% a check. I don't care what you might say. It's a check. Even if the colors are slightly off. That I got that one right. Like it's basically the same. You just tweak it a little bit and it'd be the exact same logo. What I'm going for is if I showed this to somebody, like my drawing, if I showed that to anybody in Minnesota, they would probably be like, oh yeah, it's the Twins logo, right? The thing is, if I show this to anybody in Milwaukee, if I show this to anybody walking to the stadium, they'd be like, what the hell is that? like that's what are you trying to show me? This you can get away with being the Twins logo, right? Same with here, right? Even with the Mets, that is pretty freaking close. Even if I didn't get the little feet correct, if you showed this orange logo, the one that I drew, to anybody in New York, they would actually, anybody in New York, in Philadelphia, in Atlanta, in Miami, in DC, any one of them would be like, why are you, like, either in New York, they're like, oh yeah, it's the Mets logo. Or in any of the other 4 cities, they'd be like, why are you showing me the Mets logo? Like they would absolutely 100% know what that is, even if I didn't get it perfect for the feet. So that's also a check. The Yankees, same sort of deal. I even got the curve here. I got the curves on the sides. I got the curve of the Y. I got the placement of the N and the Y. Sure, they're a little off, but no, I got that correct. So there's that one as well. Next up for the A's. The A's. I would argue the same thing, but I'm going to wait to argue that until I actually see what that logo actually looks like, because I can't remember it well enough. So I'm going to wait just a minute to actually see. Okay. Here's why I say yes. Here's why I say yes. And this is why I'm going to give this to me. Is because of something similar that I was saying for the Mets. And, well, it's this way. For the Mets and the Yankees and the Twins logo, is that if I showed this to anybody who is a baseball fan, they would immediately go with the A's. But if I were to show this to anybody in Oakland, they would also immediately recognize it as the A's. Sure, is that unfair because it has the apostrophe S and it literally says A's? It might be. I don't make the fucking rules. But the feet, yeah, sure. Are they a little, do they point the wrong way? Sure. Did I get the little hooks at the top and in the middle a little bit off? Sure. But I have the flare of the A. The flare is the same. You have the apostrophe S. I think it's pretty bang on. So that's 4. So we got 4 out of those 5, which is huge. Okay, we're just gonna say check to that and just move on. All right, the Pirates. Okay, the gold coloring is a little off. I will give you that. However, from memory, this is pretty close. I would say it's very close. I would just say that like the points and where they're located on the P, like, ugh. Okay, the points in the P on the real logo, sure, they're different than where I drew them, but I did have a very general, like very specific place of putting most of them, and I feel like I still got pretty close. So that's going to be a check as well. Absolutely 100% that I got that one right. San Diego. I don't think I got this one right at all. I don't think I got even close. No. See, okay. So this is the difference, right? Why the Padres is a no on why I got it wrong, and why Pittsburgh is why I got it right. You can see that the S and the D interlocking where they are, how the S and the D are shaped, how they like intermingle with each other is completely different from what I drew. What I drew over here for Pittsburgh is I drew a P with, you know, points on the curvy part of the P with feet at the top and bottom of the like the straight part, et cetera, et cetera. Sure. Is it just a P? Yeah, absolutely. But I still, it isn't just like a solid P. It had the points in it. It had the feet on it, et cetera. So that's much, much closer than this pile of dog shit over here for the Padres. So that's why the Padres is definitely a no. And it's probably going to be similar for why the Giants is probably also a no. Yeah, no. That's not even close. I'm just going to move on. I can't even tell you why I forgot that it went up into here. For both of these, I didn't realize that the second letter interlocks with the S in its like upper portion. And I can't remember why. So Seattle, the Mariners. Let's see how close we got here, but I think it's actually pretty close. No, it's not close at all. Damn it, dude. It's not even close I mean, I'll say like overall, it's pretty close, right? Like I knew that there was this compass aspect to it. And there was the circle around it. I thought there was an S. I didn't even get the baseball. I didn't even know that there was Seattle Mariners written in the circle. Sorry. Jeez. Once I finish this, I'm just heading off. I'm turning this off. I need to go to sleep. But yeah, I didn't know that Seattle Mariners was written in the circle. I didn't know that there was a baseball in there. I thought there was an S in there for some reason, which I guess was the baseball. Not really sure. So out of that row, we had 2 right and 3 wrong. So for the second half, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with 4 wrong. In order to bat 500, in order to win 82 games, in order to make the wild card for this logo drawing competition with myself, I need 3 of these last 5 logos to be correct. And to be honest, I'm feeling good about maybe 2 of them. I'm feeling good about the Nationals, and I'm feeling good about the Rangers. The Blue Jays is 100% out. Like, I couldn't draw that Blue Jays logo for shit. Tampa Bay Rays, I had no idea what their logo looked like. The one I'm banking on, I think, is the Cardinals. So let's do the ones that I know I got right. The Rangers. How is that? That's a no. Who knew? I thought the Rangers' primary color was blue. They wear blue so frickin' often that I thought that's what it was. I thought it was blue. Why would they make their logo not blue? They wear blue all the fucking time. Okay. Well, that's not a good start. It's not a good start for this final round. So let's go to the Nationals because I know I got the Walgreens logo correct. Yeah, I'm going to give that to me. That's like, I got the loop in the middle. Sure, of course, I didn't get exactly how it curved and everything, but like, you show that to somebody in a CVS, they're like, why are you showing me the Walgreens logo? You show that to somebody at the ballpark and they're like, yeah, it's the Nats logo. Yeah, totally. All right. The Blue Jays. Not even close. I don't even have to open this. I can just give myself the X now because I have no idea. Yeah, no. What is that? What the fuck was I drawing, bro? Absolutely. That is not that. That is not the Jays logo. I wasn't even in the same ballpark. I was playing in Buffalo, right? Trying to do this logo correctly. Holy hell. Okay. Yeah, so that's wrong. So I have one. I need the last two to be correct. And I don't know if this Rays logo is going to get it. I don't know if this Rays logo is going to get it. Why? I'm so fucking stupid. I am so stupid. Why would I do TR? I'm sitting there thinking Tampa Bay Rays, like Tampa Bay is all one word. What am I doing, dude? Like the name of the town is Tampa Bay. And then they put Rays in. And what am I thinking about this star? Where am I getting the star from? The star is probably nowhere to be found anywhere in this entire organization. And I'm sitting here putting a little yellow star on the logo. It doesn't even matter if I got St. Louis right. It really doesn't, but let's just see. No, again, for all of these logos that had an S. So for all of the logos that had an S in them, I got all of the interlocking letters completely wrong. The L goes all the way to the top and the T intersects the S. And I don't know how I forgot about that. Well, I needed to get 3 in the last 5 correct in order to be at 50%. And I got 1. And that's upsetting. So if we look at all of them, if we go back to the top, these were all the logos that I drew tonight, trying to get as accurate to the real MLB logos as I possibly could. Got the Diamondbacks, got the Red Sox, got the Cubs, got the Reds. I'd say I got the Royals. I said I got the Dodgers because that's exactly how they should change their name or their logo to. I got the Twins, the Mets, the Yankees, the A's, the Phillies, absolutely pile of shit. I got the Pirates, and then I got the Nationals. This was actually like a lot of fun, and I am totally going to do this for the other leagues. I don't know if I could get, let's see, if I do, I would have to look at them first. The NBA, I could probably draw like 40% in a similar way here. How many total did I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 out of 30. So I had what, like 35%? 35% right. I think I could probably get the same for the NBA. I think I could get more for the NFL just because I know what, like, those logos are a little bit easier. They're not like interlocking letters or whatever. As long as they don't look like this Orioles logo, I should be okay. But the NHL, I don't think I could draw a single logo correctly. But man, that would be fun. I'd have to give myself a little bit more time, which would be totally okay, just because it's not just like letters or whatever. It's actual like animals or mascots or what have you. But no, this was an absolute blast. So much fun. Let me know if you think I got closer or I should have given myself a better score than I actually got, 13 out of 30. Let me know if you think that you could do better. And yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more like this. I absolutely aim to be doing the other leagues, doing a drawing of logos like this, just strictly from memory, like I did tonight. So yeah, drop by. Let me know in a comment if you liked it or not. And yeah, that'll be it. Thanks for watching. This was a total blast. For the rest of the night, since it's already 11:40, I am going to head off of stream. I am just going to get some rest, get pumped for Final Four weekend. We got the women's game for the women's Final Four and the men's Final Four. I don't see how UConn doesn't run away with the men's tournament. And even so, I would love to see NC State in the final regardless. Like, that would just be fun to have another Cinderella team in the final, especially in 11 versus 1 would be absolutely crazy. And for the women's final, I think I want to see Iowa and South Carolina play. Like, it's just one thing to see the two best teams. Well, Caitlin Clark is kind of the entire team for Iowa, so I don't know. But Paige and UConn have that shit going on, and really, I think the UConn Iowa game is gonna be awesome to watch. But I really do want to see Caitlin Clark ball out in the final again, and especially playing that great South Carolina team that just has an insane women's basketball team. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next stream as soon as it's up. And yeah, if you stuck around or are watching this later, like, subscribe, let me know in a comment what you liked, etc. And yeah, I'll be on later at some other point in the future. All right, talk to you later. Bye.